not really teching up because Terran players don't tech up, they just tech everywhere. I got a tier 3 unit. I got a Colossus out, guys.
Get High Templar now.
I gotta change my tech path.
Do it. You're a bitch.
And if you guys make large donations to the fund, I'll put your name down there. And I'll say whatever you would like me to say with the troll voice or any other voice. If you might have to cite it. I'm like, what voice is that? And you're like, oh, from this video. And I'll say whatever you'd like me to say with that voice if I can. You know, it's like,
I made a large donation and Ice Fang sucks my dick. From Ice Fang Fag.
that's what I'll do for you. And I'll say your name too, as well as the guy's name. I promised I read. I'm gonna try to pronounce it from memory because I can't alt tab, and if I could, you couldn't watch me alt tab. So
Problem viewer fags.
You know, I wasn't originally gonna do this replay, but as soon as I got back to the internet world, because I just took care of the virus problem. Jesus, this guy's expanding everywhere. Of course he can. He's got so many freaking minerals. Maybe going for Thor's. I'm sorry if I may be bouncing back and forth a little bit, guys. My brain, I'm like a literal genius, so my brain's like I can't remember what I'm talking about. Oh, I was gonna cast this game, but when I saw your nice comments on my videos, I read them and I laughed, and it made me so happy. I'm like, you know what, you guys deserve to know exactly what's going on. So I made this video directly because of how kind your casts were. Nice playing here. So what do you guys think? 2 Vikings versus like 7. Yeah. Goodbye, Mr. Viking. He's like, dude, I'm totally gonna do this. I'm totally gonna live. And then we got like a single barracks, and then the Marines are all fighting each other. Like, seriously, Zealots, we know what they're thinking. They're like, I'm gonna die for the honor of Ire. Take a moment to get back to the game, though. Taking out those final 2, just 2 the whole time. Siege tanks. Obliterate. Destroy. Attacking the command center. Landing your Vikings. Very dumb. Never, ever, ever land your Vikings unless you have to. I mean, something hit these things and they're all half dead now. I mean, I don't know what it was, but you understand what I'm saying. Landed Vikings are a very harassed unit. They're so weak when they've landed. I know Project Fox, though, you're like, yeah, he landed them, that stupid bitch, and then he's like, fly! See, there's my advice. My advice getting back to him. So, not siege up siege tanks. They're going downtown to Chinatown. I'm going to take out one. I'm going to back up. Oh, you did. That's great. Nice perfection there. I think, yeah, I mean, a little bit faster, which that was perfect anyway. I'm just saying, a little faster, you could avoid all the shots and shot at a siege tank. So great play there. Great micro control. And I'm trying to go back to my previous thought like from a while back. I don't care, guys. If you have anything you want me to talk about that I may have missed, and you're like, that's interesting, I wish he wasn't stupid and just ignored it, just leave me a reply. And at this point in the game where I've got like 30 or 50 subs, and I love all you guys, by the way, I got like 50 subs, I love reading all your replies. I try to reply a little bit back, I laugh on the inside, I'm like, hee. Biggest mistake, you need just a few medevacs, that's it. You're getting, look at that, see? Project, you silly goose. Why so serious? So, he's not getting Thors. He's just getting upgrades, I guess. Have a seat right there. And he's going to land his Vikings, I bet, like a gunship. No, he's not. He's just going to get outnumbered. See, if he hadn't landed his Vikings earlier, he wouldn't have lost the air control. However, unfortunately, it doesn't matter quite as much. Land them. This is where you do want to land them. When you got a single siege tank sitting here at 8 HP, you just kind of want to end his life. It's like, bitch. Nice scans. Late game, Terran scan everywhere. Fortunately, he's definitely moving towards you with a siege line. You do have the advantage because you got siege tanks too, but you can't use them because they're out of the reach. That's my kind of Stewie voice, if you guys remember. I do have a Stewie voice. This is my Stewie. I haven't practiced it in a while. How's the number coming, Brian? How's that number coming, Brian? How's that number coming, Brian? I like my voices. I practice them a lot. Mr. Project Fox is under a lot of bombardment. He's going to be fixing the planetary fortress. Unfortunately, this might be one of those times where you just want to back up and let it die. I know losing a base is very bad, and it may be your only mining base, but of course you can lift off the other ones. You're going to lose air control. I'm sorry, I told you the medevacs. Yes, your biggest mistakes right now. You've made a few earlier, which are more specific to the game, but in your current situation, you need to A, maintain air dominance. Your opponent is so tank heavy that you should be able to get air dominance. 2, stop healing your planetary fortress, just let the fucker burn. The roof is on fire. And get air dominance, and you need to get a Banshee. Banshees are one of the most effective units for pushing back a siege line, and especially in such a similar position. Even if he had scan and you don't have cloak, you silly goose. Even if he had scan and you don't have cloak and slash ore, if you are able to maintain air superiority, those Banshees are able to break a siege line, push it back, and let you retake the position you want. You get feel my aggressive hand gestures. Retake it! Retake it! Man, I feel like General Grievous. And now is a good time to fix it because you actually really need to live. So, nice job. Really, it's not anything right now. It's kind of like at a point where if he was as good as you, he would be so dead right now. He's got so many expands up and running. There's nothing you can do. This is kind of funny here. He's got so many expands up and running. There's nothing you can do. You're dead. However, let's take a quick look. 7,000 minerals? Project. Rule number 1 of the interwebs. The guy you're talking to is an idiot. Fucking kill him. Not serious. Not 100% serious. But sometimes it's in the mindset, my friends. Sometimes you just gotta think a little bit more positive about yourself. Because I'm a nerdy gamer. I can't find any girlfriends, and I know that for a fact. But my coworker's like, you can't do it if you don't think you can do it. So I've started getting used to saying, my name is Ice Fang, air quote, Ice Fang, and I'm cool, and I could get any girl I wanted to if I tried. Because they're like, facepalm. It was like, that is the stupidest shit I have ever heard. I'm gonna start cussing now because that, like, saying the word shit, it makes me feel better. It makes my mouth feel better. Once again, this is it. Banshees. You're gonna go fucking kill him, which once again, you're like taking my advice. Problem is that you can try to dent him, and you actually have really good anti-building capacity. Usually I was just hitting the SCVs, and that's great. But the SCVs are actually weakening your opponent with all the expands he's got going on. You could actually just go for the buildings. Oh great, he's giving Thors. At this point in the replay, I have to say overall, you have to exploit his weaknesses to get back in the game, which is like this many minerals, and his lack of detection in general. I mean, he's got a ton of orbital commands, but his lack of detection in general, and his anti-air, his lack of air superiority. Also, you're not scouting very well. Let's take a moment, guys, to enjoy the map the way it's supposed to be viewed. There we go. You're not doing so bad, Project. You just got a little bit of engagement going on here, you know, bringing the army back to flank. And gonna find another expand there. Unfortunately, if this was an orbital command, it actually would have done a lot better. But if... why don't you move closer, bitch? Goodbye, Marauders. Okay. If he's focus firing, don't be a dumb Marauder and actually walk over to the siege line 100%. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. What? Oh, he's being flanked now. And you're... I clicked something. Sorry, guys. You're attacking the command center, guys. Queued up workers. He's probably queuing the shit out of shit. And he still has 4,000 built up. Look, he's going to land over these over here. As soon as he lands, if you see this, just rise back up and fly away. You're like, bitch. Right now. Fly. Fly. That's one of my catchphrases with my friends. Fly. And now I got to do the howl at the end. But you know what, guys? I'm going to do the howl at the end. It's going to sound awesome. You know why? Because I'm Ice Fang, the wolf. I'm cool, and I could get any girl I wanted to if I tried. Shit, he's messing Thors up. Thors are one of those units you just can't let mass up. They're kind of like Marines in a similar way. Thors are like big, expensive Marines. You can't let your opponent mass up Marines because they're at a certain point, it's kind of impossible to stop. If he's got 200 Marines, if you don't have Baneling's High Templar Colossus going on, or whatever you Terran players use to stop that, your own Master Marines, then you're kind of dead. Same thing with Thors. Thors are able to fight air and ground, and although they're not the best unit, and mass Thors can be beaten, just saying, in general, it's very hard to beat a specific unit type, even with its counters when they're massed up. Okay, so he's got a super siege line. There is nothing you can do. Right now, he's got air superiority to the extreme. You kind of lost the game a couple minutes ago. I'm kind of blacking out in general. Long distance gold mining. Fuckers are like, I'm gonna grab the gold. How many bases do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. 6 is what I meant to say. 4. I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I can just count better than you can, Chobo. Why don't you go fuck yourself? You're like, only 4. It's your fault. Project. If it had been 2-on-2 bases, you would have wiped the floor with them. It's just kind of, this game was more of an example of the bigger failures. Like, you scout failed, and by scout failing, you macro failed because you didn't know how much he had. You can't accordingly respond to it. Then you micro failed a little bit by not having scout. And so this game is a very good representation of you need to scout better, my friend. Something that you'll learn in time. Good Terran units for scouting. SCV as all worker units are. I mean, at certain points in the game. Vikings are also pretty good for scouting. Any air unit that you have just kind of lying around is a good scout unit. Also, you've got scans. You're like, I'm not fucking giving up. I'm gonna let Ice Fang buy that last 40 seconds before he has to howl at the end of the cast. You're like, no, Planetary Fortress don't die. And then they just stop fixing. Like, done? Okay, we're done. Like at work, you're like, I've done the last customer, there's no more, so I'm not gonna help anymore ever again. That's pretty much what we got here. These SUVs could totally take these two tanks on. Shit, 20 seconds. Okay. The wolf is awesome. He can do this, even though his mouth is extreme pain. I'm like burning through the pain. I am the tiger. It's GG the GG. Probably gonna get an H from Chobo, like H, giant unicorn from the sky. Watch, I'll put it in for you guys. H. Cleansing breath. Thank you for watching The Wolf. That was better. I'm getting better at it. I'm just scared to do it in front of you guys. Anyway, thank you.